And how would you advise entrepreneurs to balance between moving fast and being prepared when they are actually starting out?
If the risk, so the speed at which you make a decision should be directly correlated to the risk of the decision. If you have a high risk decision, meaning if you make the bad decision, very bad things could happen. The worse those things could be, the more time you're going to spend on the decision. And you're going to be certain that you're correct about the decision. But if it's early in your entrepreneurial career and you don't have venture capital money and you don't have a credit card loan and you're just investing your time, then you can be aggressive and you can make decisions very quick and you can start to learn and iterate. The thing about decision making is that it's a muscle. The only way to get better at making decisions is to practice. A lot of people listen to podcasts, they watch YouTube videos, they read books on business, and they think that, these books are going to make me better at making decisions when it comes to business. And yes, they help, especially if you're doing something and you can apply those things. But generally speaking, decision making is a muscle. So the only way to get good at it is to make decisions. I'm really into being a great father and enabling my kids to be great kids and grow up into whatever they want to be, productive members of society. And I firmly believe that it's my job to help them make decisions very early in their life. Enable them to make their own decisions and live with the consequences of their own decisions while the consequences are low. My 5-year-old makes a decision that we're letting him make around the house. The consequences are very low. If he makes a bad decision, he might not be able to go get ice cream, or he might break one of his toys. An 18-year-old makes a really poor decision behind the wheel of a vehicle and his life could be ruined. A 25-year-old business person who's borrowing money or hiring people, the decisions continue to go up in risk. So start practicing making decisions when the risk is low and the stakes are low, and build those muscles, get better at making decisions, and then you'll reach a point where you feel confident making bigger decisions quicker.
Got it. And earlier during our discussion, talked about you firing bad customers once you have that sort of leverage. But how do you spot bad customers early before they start draining your energy? Is it true that the bad customers take up 80% of your mind space?
So I have a saying, and this is not new. This is a shared by a lot of business owners, that 80% of your profits will come from 20% of your customers. And 80% of your stress will also come from 20% of your customers, but those are not always the same customers. So if you figure out what 20% of your clients are causing you 80% of your stress and say, hey, is this client actually making me 80% of my profit? And if the answer is no, then you fire the customer. And before you know it, you're left with more good clients, more profit, and less stress. It's a process. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to step back and be unemotional about that. It's very difficult to step back, look at your business as a whole, look at your customers as a whole, look at the big picture, and start to think about the profitability of individual clients. It's very difficult. So, but when you do it, when you step back and analyze, sometimes you'll realize that some customers are not worth having.
And when would you advise somebody to fire the customers? Is there like an ARR when you reach $1 million? Is when you start thinking about it, or
it's when you start to get some leverage. It's when you need their money less than they need you. So when you need their money less than they need you, and they're acting a fool, you can afford to still pay your family. You have the leverage to say, hey, I don't need to work with this person. And you can send them a note that says, hey, here's your money back. Let's part ways.